Okay.
So we were in Guatemala City, and one of the places we wanted to visit was a little town. It's about 70,000 people, and it's called Chi Chi Castenango. And you might want to Google that, David, because there are some videos you can find of things that we saw while we were there. It's spelled Chichicastenango, Chi Chi Castenango. It reminded us a lot of Bolivia. I think that's one reason we liked it. It was up in the mountains. It was a cool place because of its elevation. It was largely populated by indigenous people with their handmade clothing, hand-woven shawls, handmade hats, dresses, etc. So it's very colorful. And in the center of the town, there's a small church up on a raised piece of ground. So there are steps, maybe 15 or 20 steps up to the front door. And in the plaza in front of the church is a market, which is very colorful and very active, selling all kinds of things from food to clothing and handicrafts. When we were there, there was some sort of festival or ceremony going on, because on the steps there were people who had lit incense holders. These sorts of things that I've seen in a Catholic church or two, right? It's very much like that, with a holder of incense that was burning, was smoldering, so there was smoke everywhere, and these things are swinging back and forth. And so the church and everybody else gets partially obscured by all the smoke, the aromatic smoke. It was a lot of fun. I remember we had to park. Gosh, we had to park maybe a quarter mile away on the street. Well, we knew that parking on the street in Latin America in a modern vehicle for the time, especially since we had Bolivian license plates on it, meant we were kind of a mark for thieves. The way you try to deal with that is that first you remove things that are easily stolen. So I had to take off the dust caps on the inner tubes and the tires. I took off the windshield wipers. We locked those inside the Jeep. I had a tool chest under the front seat in the Jeep that was double locked. And then there are always kids around. They're the ones who are going to steal the stuff, more likely than not. And what you do is you hire them to watch the car. So we paid something. There were about 3 or 4 kids there, and we asked them to watch the car and protect it. And they said they would certainly do that. Of course, they also wanted to clean the car. So what they would do is just get a dry rag and wipe the dust off it, which of course ruins the paint. But that's the way it was done. And so that meant they earned a little bit of an extra tip. But when you came back, then the vehicle and your belongings in it were there, because they weren't going to get paid till we came back. That was fun. And then we started exploring other places in Guatemala and making our way towards Mexico.
Smartphone reset.